Hey everyone. So this is a brand new platform that I'm using. It's called StreamYard. I am praying that it's going live in other places. I have my team checking in to make sure that it is, but we just gonna go with it. We are going to record this. So if you miss it for some reason or you want to catch it and get some of the gems that I plan to share, you can definitely see it on all of our platforms. But this is our first time using this. So excuse the bugs that may come up as I get used to using something like this. And we try to do a practice run, but it's nothing like when it actually like goes live. So for sure, I am excited to have you all, and Nashiya is going to um, join us in a minute. But I wanted to really talk to her tonight because she was a student that was a part of our 3 day challenge, the same 3 day challenge that we're doing next week. So I wanted to make sure that I give you all that, to join that because we are doing the same challenge that Nashaya went through. We're doing that challenge next week, starting on next Tuesday, the 19th, going to the 21st. On Saturday, we're having a live in person session, which is always a great experience to really see an active construction site, meet some of the contractors and the vendors that you need in order for you to be successful in real estate investing. And it's a whole day, right? It's a whole thing. So, I'm pretty excited. I can't wait to really, get into this mode of challenge because a lot of times we need a challenge to get started. And I'm gonna talk to her tonight about how she was challenged and how I challenged her, how she even challenged me to stretch myself as a coach, and how things just fell into place and kind of what her journey is. So she just joined. All right, I'm adding you to the stage. Let's see. So this is brand new. I don't know how it's gonna come out, but we're gonna see. My team tucked me into this, so we're
Let's
gonna see
do
what happens.
it.
Yeah, it's like right. Let's do it. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. Kind of give us the cliff notes on you and your amazing family. And Marcus, he definitely is a part of this.
Come
I'm
say
women
hi real quick,
focused,
Marcus.
but Marcus is definitely a part of this journey because without him, we had to both motivate her to like get this done. So hubby
Yes,
definitely was a part of the
yes, he was.
listen, for sure. He had to get this thing going. So tell us a little bit about just the basics, kind of where where you from originally. I know you guys live in Northwest now, but where are you guys from originally?
We are both. Well, let me just start by saying we are investors. Hey,
Okay,
we
yes.
got a whole property. We did
Absolutely.
it. But we
Absolutely.
are both from Philly. Marcus has lived in Philadelphia all of his life. I was
Okay.
born in Philly. I
Okay.
lived here for about 5 years, and then my parents relocated to Jersey. So I pretty much grew up in Jersey, went to school in Jersey. We didn't come back this way until I was like done high school, so like 19, 20 or so. So I've been
Okay.
back in Philly
Mhm.
since then.
Okay. All right. And so it's you and the kids and Marcus, and you all are now investors. This is not like
Yeah,
a future talk. This is a present.
it
This is reality.
is. It's a
Um,
thing.
but I remember when I first met you, and I guess it was a year ago. I think we met in August of last year.
Hmm.
And when we were on in the challenge, you were like, Jazz, I want to be an international investor,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And that's still the plan, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Bali, here we come. Get ready, Jasmine. Get ready. Oh, it's coming.
so tell me, what does that look like for you guys now that you kind of know? You see the lumps, you see the bumps, you see the things that have happened
Hmm.
during this process. What do you feel like is the process for the next thing, right?
I
For
would say the
for
bumps
international.
and the bruises and everything that you go through is absolutely worth it to be able to say that I'm a property investor. I have a property. I went through everything. This is the beginning of the beginning. I would say within the next 2 years or so, we definitely want to reach out internationally. We are a
Okay.
family where we do family vacations every year, and to be able to go internationally and be like, oh, booking reservations. This is our spot where we can go whenever we
This is
want, a
our
quick
family home, our
getaway.
family vacation
So it
home.
is absolutely in the foreseeable future, sooner rather than later, for
Okay.
sure.
And so, when you started, that was the goal, right? So when we
I can't hear you.
um when you started, that was the goal. Can you hear me now? No? Can you hear me now?
Audio went down.
Oh no. Can you hear me bit? Can you hear me now? You want to go out and
Can't hear
come.
you.
All right. Um go out and come back in. Let's see.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now. Let me take
You
the
can hear me now?
AirPods
Okay.
off.
All right,
Okay.
good. Okay. So when you started, it was the international investor. It was the you ready to go. Now it's go time. What does
Mm-hmm.
go time look like right now? Because you was chilling yesterday, but today I know you probably was on, like on your checklist.
Oh, go time means there's no carpets anymore. They are gone. So we went from a carpeted, home to a house that has no carpet. So that
Okay,
is go
so
time.
demo is starting.
Yes,
Demo is
absolutely. No
demo
rest.
is
No
starting.
longer no resting.
Absolutely. And so with demo starting,
Mm-hmm.
tell me a little bit about the deal. I want you to explain the deal from your point of view and let me just sprinkle in some of the stuff. So you
Oh,
tell
it
me.
was an amazing deal. Um,
Okay. You found your own deal.
I
The
did.
listings were sent, but you found your deal. So
I did. And you
it
know what, Jazz? I think that is one of the things that I loved about this coaching program because it wasn't anything that was handed to me. It was from the very beginning, it was always you need to analyze. I need you to tell me why you think this is
this
the
is
right deal because if I'm telling you, what good of an investor is that going to make you?
right.
So it was a lot of hard work, tons of analyzing. I cannot stress the importance of making sure you're analyzing daily. And from that analyzing, we were able to find a really cute house in East Germantown that I absolutely love. Marcus absolutely loves it. And we were able to follow all of the different processes that Jazz has set out from making sure you're doing your research, driving past the property, making sure the area is a good area, making sure you're looking at your comps, making sure that when you are going to purchase a property, you're able to make the necessary adjustments that support the comps that you want. Uh,
Tell,
Analyzing to make sure you're covering everything. So
tell us about your inspection.
the inspection was you know what? It was a very good, thorough inspection. Some minor things, such as like a new furnace, the roof was good. It was really a lot of cosmetic updates. So shout out to Joe for all
For
of his
pointing
hard
that out.
work, support, knowledge, because he definitely helped us know that this was the right property for us.
Yeah, and so the property is what is it? It's a two-bedroom,
Yep,
one bath.
yep.
Um, Cash flow on the property. How much are we looking at after everything's said and done?
I think after everything is said and done, we should be in the 400 range.
Okay. And with that being done, and knowing what the equity will look like after it's completed and all of those things, what knowing what you know now,
Mm-hmm.
kind of going through this process. I'm pulling up the analyst sheet, but knowing what you know now, um, is there anything that you would have done differently if kind of know from and when I say knowing what you know now, meaning going through the program, because you didn't just take in the information, you applied it. And I
Yes.
think a lot of people, that says a lot, because a lot of times what happens is that we still get caught up in our own way. One
Mm-hmm.
of the things that I admire is that you were, even with, some of the family stuff that happens over the year. The thing
Mm-hmm.
about, you know, about a program like this is that with it spanning over a year, there's gonna be stuff that happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be stuff that comes up,
Absolutely.
and life is gonna happen to us, like, no matter what. And so I always, you had a lot of stuff that happened
Mm-hmm.
during, during the time of being in the program and things like that. So, you know, what, in your mindset, what had to shift in order for you to say, you know what, it doesn't matter, we're gonna get this done?
To be honest, I think the shift was you and the program reminded me, that we all go things. There are
Yeah.
always going to be hurdles. Things are always going to happen unexpectedly. Um, but between the support of my husband, like, listen, this is life, right? It's a part of
Yeah.
life. It's something that we go through. Let's do this grieving, but let's keep focus on the prize. And that is something that he constantly encouraged me with. And it's the same thing that you encouraged me with. Like, listen, if you need a week or two to take a break, take the break that you need, but don't stop doing all the other things that I've been teaching you, because you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
So the support of you, my husband, the other
No, he
ladies
was
in the
great.
cohort.
He was like, "No, we gonna get this done no matter
Mm-hmm.
what." So, the thing that the reason why that's so important is because a lot of times we feel like we're alone because we may have, taken this leap, but having the support of family, of your husband, I know you're gonna have the kids there, like, all of that is
Yep.
a part of the journey, is especially as women, because, we feel we're so, like, we're super women. We wanna do everything ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We wanna juggle, we wanna do this. We're afraid, "Oh, no, I could do it better. I can." It's like we have to let go of some of the things in order for
Yes,
us to be able to be successful. And
absolutely.
in addition to that success, make sure that we are taking our time to to delegate, right? And to
Mhm.
get our people involved, our children, our husbands, our spouses, like all of the things, mom, dad, everybody. Come
Yep.
on. We need this clean out to happen, because
Mm-hmm.
when you make them a part of the process, they feel invested. My kids
Yep.
feel invested in the whole situation, like our whole situation. Oh, what happened with this property? What happened with that property? Even from, years ago when I first started, they're like, oh no, who living here? That type of thing. And pulling our families in is so important. But I think that as women, we're like, no, I could do this better.
Mm-hmm.
And in some cases we can, but in a lot of cases, we have to take our time to really
Mm-hmm.
say, this is what, we need help. And
Yep.
I think you and I had that discussion, like maybe midway through, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're, going through all of those things, but how can I assist you? How can I
Mm-hmm.
support you? Right. And
Sure.
even in our community, having support is important, right? The other women that are going through the process at the same time, knowing like, oh, this one's like, well, what happened with that property? Did you analyze?
Mm-hmm.
Support.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so that is another, community is really everything,
It
right?
is.
It really
Definitely
is.
is.
And so,
The
you
support
know,
that you get from them is amazing.
yeah. And, that's a natural thing, right? Because, a lot of times, and especially with us being Black women, they think, oh, everybody's going to be, no, it's just like, you're like, our Zoom calls are like your sisters. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what happened with this girl? What happened? Like,
Yep.
oh, how are kids? Like all of those things. And that's important because when you're learning something new, you have to feel as comfortable as
Yep.
possible and be vulnerable, right? Because all
That's
throughout.
the key. Being vulnerable, and not even being vulnerable, but just being able to accept feedback. As women, it's hard for us to accept when someone's, constructively giving you feedback about something, or how to make some changes and why those particular changes will help you. Uh, and to be able to have that within the coaching program that you created has definitely helped me get to that settlement table. Yes,
It's an amazing feeling. You
it
were sitting there, you was
is.
like, I'm doing this. I'm gonna get this done. And I every time, there's so many lumps and bumps with running a program like this, right?
Mhm,
But every time I see a light bulb go off in somebody's head, or they're able to get to their goal, or they're able to strive and get further, it
mhm,
literally reignites my purpose in doing this,
mhm.
because it's not easy, right? I'm literally managing 20 different women personalities who are powerhouses
Literally
on
20
their
different personalities.
own, right? 20 different personalities, 20 different mindsets of,
Mhm,
I've been doing it this way this whole time. A lot of the women, I think you and I are around the same age, but a lot of women in our program are older than me. They're
you're
like,
right.
girl, what are you talking about? Like,
Mhm,
like,
mhm,
and then it's like, you they all it's a very respectful environment, but it's always going to have, just some of that and that pushback, because if you've been doing it one way literally all of your life, and I'm now coming and saying, think of it from this point of view,
mhm,
you looking at me like you can't be serious.
mhm.
And and then you're like, and then you try it, you dip your toe in, you're like,
Yeah.
okay, this kind of
Let me
works.
go a little deeper.
Let me go.
Let me put the whole foot in.
You said kind of it pans out. Oh, okay. Let me just okay. Now I got my whole leg in.
Mhm,
My lower body isn't. Now I'm all in, right?
mhm.
And so I'm always amazed when you all just believe in yourselves enough um
Right.
to do this. So we were talking on Slack the other day, and you were saying you really wanted to share kind of what's happening, and what, like, as you're going through this process,
Mhm.
what your next steps and what the next, all the things are. So yesterday was day one, right?
It was.
So day two was a demo day, all of the clean out, you're getting all those
Mhm.
things done. What are your next steps?
Next steps are the roof.
Okay.
It's a really good roof. We don't need to do anything but get a coating on it. So we will
Okay.
get that coating. We've ordered appliances. We're ordering floors tonight. We got all the measurements done.
Okay.
It's funny. I sat outside the house because yesterday I was just exhausted from
Yeah.
everything. And I
Yeah,
was
I
like,
know
I'm
you was
not going
tired.
over there. I didn't go. But I sat outside the house today and I was like, wow, like this was actually a thing. Like thinking back to when I first listened to your 3 day course, I was like, I don't know about this. I don't know if it's
I
going to
know.
happen.
Believe me, I get that all the time. They're like, "Oh, and I mean, rightfully so,
Mm-hmm.
because there's even for me when I'm looking for a coach, or looking to improve in some areas, I'm like, this sounds like a crazy. I can't do this. I don't have
Yep.
enough time. The money, all the invest, like everything, and then it's like, you know what? Let me pull the trigger, and you did.
Mm-hmm.
And but and me and Marcus was going at it on the call. Like
Yes.
Marcus was like, I don't know, this not gonna work. I'm
Yep.
like,
Yes. He was
and I
in
was like,
there.
Marcus, just I promise you, if it doesn't, you can have your money back. Because I
Mhm.
that's not what I'm in this for.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay. And then that's when we
Yep.
pulled the trigger. And then like maybe 30 days later, you was like, all right, this is the real
This
deal.
is it. This is it.
This is the real
We
deal.
gonna make it
But
happen.
yeah, it's
And
like I get it. It's
here
it's
we
not
are.
it's not an easy thing, because there's so much information. A lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
especially with real estate investing and so many people talking about it, I think that people feel like, oh, I can learn that on YouTube, or I can learn. And the thing is that yes, the information is there, right? But
Mm-hmm.
pulling all the pieces together, making sure that it's tailored to you,
Mm-hmm.
to your specific situation, is what a coaching program does.
Yep.
And so, for sure. So, I'm not going to keep you much longer because I know it's like dinner time. But someone just like trying to figure this out, trying to, you know, um, I see a few people that are a part of our cohort because they're so supportive. So Alberta is in here, Tracy's in here. What would you say can be their mindset shift? Like what is the one thing that if you had to shift someone's mindset to thinking from today, thinking about doing real estate, been thinking about it for a long time, but not necessarily pulling the trigger, what words would you say would help them realize that they have to believe in themselves to be able to get them done? Because I'm just the vessel. I'm just the one that's kind of
Mhm.
distributing. It's really you. It's all you. I can't take credit. I can't take credit
Yeah.
for it. It was you because I can't force you to save money. I can't force you to,
You're right.
I can't. Right. So all I can do is put out the information,
Mhm.
put some frameworks together for you, and then pray that you take it. Right. So
Yeah.
what would you say to someone who is on the fence about investing or even, the 3-day challenge? I think that you learned a lot even just then, right?
Mhm.
So what would you say to that person that's just like, I'm not sure if this is some BS.
I would say do the 3-day challenge because the 3-day challenge is going to leave you hungry, starving, wanting more. But if you have a thought, so many times we let fear dictate how we move and what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. But you don't get time you can't get back. So if you know in your heart that this is something that you want to do and you know it's something that you have been talking about, for some time, do the challenge. The challenge, Jazz is going to leave you hungry and it's going to force you to want to do more. You can't be afraid. I was once afraid. I feel like I was in the same spot as a lot of the women that are thinking about doing it or just like, I don't know, but we have to start somewhere. And for me, it was I can't allow fear to continue to dictate my future and what I want to do. I did the 3-day challenge, and Jay, I was like, dang, I need more. Let me get on this calendar. I got on the calendar, and here I am with a whole property. So do it. Don't be afraid. It's work. Jazz is definitely she's going to work you.
Yeah, it's
She's
not.
going to
I
challenge
don't paint a picture of it's just easy. It's like this overnight thing.
you. Mhm.
We teamed up a year ago, right?
Mhm.
So it took, I think, I honestly speaking, I feel like at the 6 month mark, she was ready.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, it was like, okay, we have to push through, right?
Mhm.
And we have to be able to get to the next step. And there
Mhm.
was, like I said, there was life that was happening
Right.
outside of the Zoom sessions. Life was definitely happening
It
for all
was.
of us. And so knowing that you showed up,
Absolutely. That was
you
the only
showed up.
thing.
Outside of there has not been a time that I didn't see you. Even if you were cooking dinner, if you were helping with homework, whatever it was, I would
Yeah.
see you and you were present. And
Yeah.
that made the difference. When I look at the statistics of my program and the people that are successful, it's the people that show up. It's the women that show up for themselves,
Mhm.
that ask questions, that go through the coursework, go through the modules, go through and even start exploring for themselves.
Mhm.
You would tell me stuff about property. I'm like, where did she even get this from? Like, it was like, well, wait, because the neighbor is, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Right? so
Yep.
so it's an accelerator, right? So it's
Mhm.
something that accelerates you to the next thing. It's really just
Mhm.
amplifying who you already are. It's
Yeah.
not the skills are there, right? I can teach you the skills, but the success comes when you really start believing in yourself, like, yo, I can do this, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna put everybody else in on this
Yep.
so that we can get this done. I'm so proud of
Absolutely.
you. I am
I'm
absolutely
I'm
100.
proud of me too. But listen,
Yes,
I couldn't
yes,
have
because
done
you
it.
started and you was like, "I don't know," and, it's amazing because I get to work with you all, and you all are already professionals in your
Yeah.
own right. So, this stuff that I'm talking, like, the corporate stuff, you're like, "I deal with this at work all day." Now
Mhm.
you're able to, really apply it to your own company, and
Yeah.
and your own legacy, and that's always just a fantastic thing for sure.
Absolutely. So do it, ladies. Whoever is on the call and not a part of the cohort, take the leap of faith. Don't allow fear to continue to stand in your way. You got to look, you got to step over and be like, I got this. And you'll come out with a property with knowledge. Um, Knowledge that, I know Jazz mentioned that when you're on all these different sites, Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, I feel like everybody wants to be a coach. But Jazz does an amazing job with teaching you from the ground all the way up. Um, so I'm ready to get this property
I
rehab
know you
so
was
we
we were
can
at
get
the
two.
table and you was planning the second one.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
it's
Listen, when you get
yeah,
into it, I'm trying to tell you, when you start doing it and you start realizing all that you have within yourself, you're like, yo, I got this. We can make this happen. It's like a
right.
thing now. Like, even though I have a property, I still look at what's on the market. I'm like, hey, Jazz, it's a house here. I want this house. Like, what
Mhm.
I got to do? Like, I'm already thinking about the next one because that's what you start to live, sleep, breathe it, and it's an amazing feeling. Like, it feels good. It feels
Yeah,
real
I
good.
can't wait. Nashaya is going to come back and share with us the pictures, the updates, how
Yes.
things are moving along. And so definitely stay tuned and look out in your emails as we share that, because I think that sharing the journey also motivates you to even be in even better,
Hmm.
because now you have people that are like, well, what happened with the property, is it
Right.
rented, things like that. So putting it out there, making it public and making it like a thing, like really declaring it is the thing that I think motivates people even more.
Hmm.
Thank you so very much for this.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait. I'll talk to you again. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. But for sure, I really appreciate you all. And ladies, if you haven't already, check your emails, because our team is gonna start enrolling for next week's three-day challenge. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
We have two closings next week.
Yeah.
Um, Someone said they can't. They were. This was great. I really need this. Thanks for sharing. Alberta is closing next week. We just got her appraisal back, so it's
It's the
happening.
thing. It's
And I'm
happening.
I'm getting my mojo back, because for a while I was like in like a honestly in a slump, because I felt like I wasn't making a difference. But whenever I become re-energized with knowing that people are listening and taking the steps and doing what has to happen, it puts a battery back in my back. So I'm excited for you. I can't wait. I will definitely see you all in the challenge next week. And if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram.
Love y'all.
All right, thank y'all.
See y'all later.